Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, consider subscribing. My name is Resanle Perez, and for my subscribers, for the people who have been there, who have started this vlog with me, thank you very much. Yeah, and as I said, guys, we'll be doing a lot of things, lot of content, vlogging, music, ministry, and today I was just thinking of I just want to talk about my ministry, when it started, how it has been, the challenges I've faced, the advantages and the disadvantages of being in ministry as a lady in my community. Let me speak out of my community. Let me speak. Okay, I'm doing a vernacular music. I'm doing Maasai music, and let me speak as a Maasai artist because that's what I have an experience with. And there are lots of things that have applied with me, that have worked with me, and they haven't worked with other people. And there are things that have worked with other people ministry wise, and they haven't worked with me, and I think that's okay. I think the best thing, the key of the thing is the relationship you have with God, because I'm a minister. I'm doing ministry, and ministry contains lots of things. If you are a preacher, you are a minister. There are a lot of things that ministry. Some people just wipe the chairs in church, and that's ministry. Some people are just there to cook for people in church, and that's ministry. Some people are doing instruments, and that's ministry. Some people are just, I don't know, some people are doing the IT in church, and that's ministry. Ministry contains a lot of things. Even you can be a house help doing house chores in a certain place, and that can be ministry if you want it to be ministry. I think the key point of ministry is the foundation of it. Why are you doing it? If anything you're doing to serve God, and then I think that's supposed to be ministry. And that brings the topic of there's difference between the industry and the ministry. All of us are in the industry because we are in the music industry, but if you are in gospel, there is ministry. Now, ministry is a lots it contains lots of things. And as I was saying, as I've just said, that there are things that worked with me and might not worked with someone else, for example, if I decide to release my video, if I have a new video that I want to release, and I want to release it in the morning, and just that's an example, and someone else believes that if they release their video in the evening when everyone else is on their phones, that's when their music multiply their views, that's when they get lots of views. That's something that I may not, it works with them and might not work with me. If I release my video anytime, any day, people will still watch it. And when you are in ministry, I'm speaking according to my experience. I'm not speaking as a professional, like nimesomea or something. No, I'm just speaking as what God is going to enable me to speak. So when we talk about ministry to my fellow artists, especially the ones doing masses, because I know they'll watch this. I'm hopeful that they'll watch this, and any other minister will watch this, whether you're doing Maasai or not Maasai. The key point is your relationship with God. How is your relationship with God? How are you doing it? How are you doing? Some people are just doing gospel, and there are some gospels that only mentions the name of God. That's when you'll realize that it's a gospel song. It's not about religion. It's not about which church do you go. It's not about who is your pastor. It's not about who is doing a song with you or which studio. No, it's about your personal relationship with God. That's the key point of ministry. If you want to excel in ministry, if you want to do so well in ministry, the first thing is have a good relationship with God. Have your relationship with God. And one thing about God is he does not work the way as we work. We expect, there are so many means that we have so many expectation, like we want things. Kuna lugha zingine that we tunatumia, we want things to work that exact thing ndio to approve that this is a gospel, this is ministry, that this person is born again. We have a list of the things that we have to tick them to qualify this person to be born again, or to be having a relationship with God, or to be a minister of the gospel. For me, my advice to a minister, any minister who is doing ministry, what people says doesn't matter. What your friends tells you, what anyone else is saying doesn't really matter. The first thing that matters is what relationship do you have with God? How is your walk with God? Second thing that you need first thing that you need as a minister is a good relationship with God. How are you with God? How are your ways with God? That's the first thing that matters. The second thing that matters as a minister is a spiritual coverage. Every minister needs a spiritual coverage. We need to know, not necessarily us, she must, but I don't know, but you guys will understand. It's good that as a minister, you have a spiritual father, you have a spiritual parent, you have a church that you attend. Have an identity. Like, let people know that Resian, like me, I go to Dominion, and I have my bishop. And people know, like, it's just good for people to know. There are some attacks that outapatana nazo once you have a spiritual coverage. Even before you release a song, it's good to involve your pastor. It's good to ask him to just dedicate the song. It's good to pray for the song. Have a spiritual coverage. I don't want to use the word mentor because I think that's a different topic, but a spiritual coverage is your pastor, your bishop, your reverend. Let's know, like kuwa na mtu kuna msimamo. Tunajua hata leo ukienda madhabahu fulani, let your pastor know that I'll not be in church, I'm going to minister in a certain place. Not a must, but it is good. I think the second thing that a minister, a musician, or an artist that is doing ministry needs is a spiritual coverage. The third thing is the niche. Like, we want to know we want to know the niche of your music. We want to know what you're best at. Like, njia yako ikoaje? Like, si leo tukuone secular, kesho tukuone gospel. I don't know, but there's also, you want, leo unaweza fanya Kiswahili, kesho uko Kimasai, kesho kutu umechanganya. It's good, but I think for you to grow fast, you have to have a niche. Let's know that Resian is good at Maasai gospel music. Someone else is good, like so and so is good in Maasai gospel music. Have a niche, have a stand. Adi music yako shike foundation. Yani fanya kitu that let people know you with. Like, for example, for me, I haven't done any song in Kiswahili, but later I might do it. But at the moment, I'm growing with the Maasai. People know me that I'm doing a Maasai modern gospel music. You get my point? So I think those are the three things, one of the three things that a minister should have